Picture a breezy August day spent lying in the warm sand beside a beautiful blue lake. I have spent a majority of my summers on the coast of Lake Michigan, soaking up the sun and swimming through cool waves. I have stayed at many campgrounds, some respectively better than others, but my favorite so far has been DH Day. Today, I will not only speak to you about this campground, but my experiences and memories, and some areas around it where I've spent many of the best days of my life. DH Day is a campground in Glen Arbor, along Lake Michigan, and in very close proximity to the Sleeping Bear Dunes. At the entrance, we were greeted by a cheerful little man selling firewood and giving out directions. He clumsily opened the gates for us and pointed out the way. First stop, bathrooms. One of the only downsides to the campground was that they did not offer showers or running water. The bathrooms were porta potties, which smell like Satan's anal cavity 100% of the time and encompass all things unholy and disgusting. However, on our site, I was very happy to discover that there were no porta potties, and Lake Michigan was practically steps away, down a boardwalk to the beach. In the mornings, we would all take hobo baths, a torture I would not subject upon my worst enemy. Basically, you wake up way earlier than you'd like, put on a still wet swimsuit from the day before, and clean yourself in the 30-degree lake. Once we are as clean as one can get in a body of water shared with fish and small children, we head out in search of an adventure. Our days camping are always very eventful. We pick a number of destinations and just get in the car and go, through forests and countrysides and beautiful views. Something that really stuck out to me during our last trip was going to Sleeping Bear Dunes. Aside from whittling away hours running through the sand, this trip held a level of importance, a mission. My Aunt Kelly had died of cancer a few months before and requested that we scatter her ashes at the dunes. So obviously, this is a place of great importance to my family and has been for a very long time. Although my aunt was not physically with us that evening, it felt as if she was in a cheesy looking down on you type of way. After a bit of sightseeing, we returned to the campground where we attempted to set a bonfire on the beach. When this failed, flaming tumbleweed rolling into the waves with a woeful sizzle, we were invited to join a group just down the beach that had loaned us a lighter. The sun set a brilliant array of melting colors reminiscent of the crayons I'd left on the dash of the car that hot day, and waves crashed against the sand. Everyone sat around this enormous fire, singing and playing instruments and talking and laughing and just being together. For whatever reason, I was overcome with absolute joy to see these very diverse people brought together and to be one of them. Me, sitting here with strangers, crying. I cry when I'm happy. Concerts, road trips, and apparently bonfires. It was a moment I will never forget, and I hope to experience many more like it. Aside from the porta potties and hobo baths, I enjoyed every moment of that camping trip. The feeling of being able to wake up to a radiant sunrise over the lake is unlike anything you'd find in our little town. A day spent climbing sand dunes flooded in light, the warm embrace of a sweltering sun overhead, and the cooling waves of the dancing lake balance each other out perfectly. I can't wait for next summer, when I can return to DH Day, Sleeping Bear Dunes, and Lake Michigan to make even more memories and fill every object I own with more sand that does not belong there. Until then, I will picture a breezy August day spent lying in the warm sand beside a beautiful blue lake and make the best of my days tied to little old Elma.